Madden family, YouTube family, it's your boy Goob the Don. I'm back again, guys, live streaming again. Another episode of Madden 17. I'm in the Aftermath League, guys. This is week 1. Basically, guys, I missed the off season, but it's a new season, year 3. Hopefully, I can bounce back and get to the Super Bowl, because last year, with a sour taste in my mouth, losing in the divisional round to the Rams. If you guys like, comment, subscribe on my channel and watch that video. But it's a new season. Week 1 opponent, Baltimore Ravens, the Dragon. The Dragon 1986. If you're familiar with that tag, my boy, aka C4, he sent me the invite. Work buddies. Let's get this thing cracking.
Everyone, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Ravens going up against the Panthers. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Baltimore Ravens and the Carolina Panthers. They go play action here on rush coming, and he's taken down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. With Thomas. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one good for 12 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Now Thomas. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A gain of 4 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And the big tight end shifting around. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie is one of those tall corners that fools you with his ability to change directions. DRC can play.
So we've got a 2nd and 5. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll try the air now with Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to sling this.
Ah, my goodness.
The 15.
Gotta get that shit, bro.
In for a Ravens touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver, 52 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a gain of 12, and it'll be first down Panthers.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football, and that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
When we look at this unit like we are now, Greg Olsen has become such a reliable target in this league.
Loves to be considered the #1 option in the passing game in the offense he plays, and he lives up to it. Knows the defense is set for him, knows how to beat them.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. 34 yards. And the Panthers Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt, you need that difference maker lugging the rock.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
Hey, C4, you my boy, bro. But goddamn, boy, you got a quarterback wearing 22, boy. You got boys playing like Flutie.
Set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that.
Who the hell is that, AP?
Adrian Peterson past the 20 and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Adrian Peterson, 75 yards, and the Ravens have taken the lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Chill, bro.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And this is going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was Corey Brown. And now it's second down. And here are the Raven defensive starters.
When it comes to Elvis Dumerville, just throw your tape measure right out. He fits none of the qualities that you're looking for in terms of height, weight, speed. But he gets to the quarterback and puts him on his back.
Newton now to throw. And caught left side, Olsen. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They come up in an offset eye. Here's Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. Greg Olsen, nobody ahead of him. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless. Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And here now it's second and goal. Ball on the 7-yard line. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Scoring on the keeper for
Oh, no, bro.
And the Panthers
Mine's always
are now
A1.
an extra point away from tying up this game. And we've got
I left while it's some area issues and shit. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the 1st here on 2nd down. They'll come out in the pistol. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Peterson alone in the backfield. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. A beautiful.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got it out.
Come on, man.
21 yards
Dang.
here as they convert on 3rd.
That run.
This nigga about to make the tackle and you just run into your defender.
His ability to drop a shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping those strong legs going, isn't he?
For him, no run is ever truly over. I mean, he's actually not even convinced that when they blow the whistle, he's actually down. That's how he finishes runs in a big way.
Now it's gone off the bootleg.
Oh my goodness, I thought she was throwing to that slant, boy.
Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Off play action. Here's Goff. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
1st down. Here's a run with Peterson. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They come out here in the eye. On the ground, it's Thomas. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. Throwing on 3rd, Goff.
Oh, I'm about to say, what?
On to it through the contact. Incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end is going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Second and 10, Newton again. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage.
Oh, my God, bro.
To come from and said,
why is you stopping?
And that's what he did.
Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Time running out here on the play clock. Newton. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Play action. It's Newton. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
To throw on second down is Newton.
Fuck,
He's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third. Here's Newton. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On fourth down, the Panthers hand things over to the veteran Andy Lee to punt it away. Back deep is DeAnthony Thomas. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A minute 59 to go in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. They run again with Peterson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a play fake here on first down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Now we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Give me the pick. Let's go, man. Oh, my fucking God, bro.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On second down, here's Newton. It's complete to Brown, right side. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. To the sideline.
Yo, why is he fucking trailing the dragon, dog?
Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down?
What type of shit is that, dog?
What would he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down there, just 1 yard. And that three-point tally now means we are even here toward the end of the second quarter.
And what a way to end the half. Put some points on the board, feel better about yourselves as a team, and you're right back to even.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
So well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Here's Newton now on second down. He's going to air one out. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third down.
Could be a blitzer.
Here's Newton. Wide open receiver complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Throwing is Newton. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Brown, the lone receiver left. To throw is Newton. And that is incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And it's fourth down.
But that was pretty nice to watch if you like a defense's perspective, because they understood where the first down line was as much as the offensive guys did. Did not give up any more ground. And when the ball was thrown, reacted really well and swatted it away. One of the advantages of zone defense, you never take your eyes off the quarterback. And when he reacts, you do exactly the same and go get the ball.
Newton now to throw. And he gets it to Funchess complete. 12 yards is the pickup there. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On first down, Newton. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Shift together here from the D-line. They go play action here on first down. And they've got the hookup. This is Olsen. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg Olsen from 17 yards out. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
Plays to script coming out.
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second
getting
half,
those blocks and still missing tackles.
Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
They come out here in the eye. On second down, Peterson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. A 10th carry now for Peterson. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. From the 50, it's gone. And this one is incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Third down, it's Adrian Peterson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
So the offense lining up 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. This is Thomas. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down.
Give me the pick, man. Let's go.
Intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Notice the guys up front.
Yeah, that's Madden shit. And plus you had that pick, too.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll
You had that pick, and plus you had that other catch that homeboy just dropped.
Throw the ball, and you
it just hit his fucking helmet.
Make it tough. That's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Ooh, shit.
Had it defensively. Could have been a game.
That boy almost took it back to the house, man.
Instead, it's third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Throwing on third down, Newton. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. Third down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
So they should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play. Well, that's what we call an even front or an odd front. And an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle.
Oh, my God, man.
Or the two defensive tackles in a four-man
Man, they got to change that movement back to man 25, dog. Because all that robot shit ain't working, bro.
And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
Man, if they have niggas move like they did at 25.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On second down, here's Newton. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Ooh, shit.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. The play clock's running down. To throw is Newton. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it, and now 4th down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. Here we go on 4th. Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. It'll be a gain of 4. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. And we're back now in Charlotte. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to find his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And this seemingly endless drive continues. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Shift together here from the D-line. They come out here in the eye. So now it's 1st and goal, and they'll run it here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And in this situation with a lead,
that's why it's called a fucking dive play.
On the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep. Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Newton. Funches with a catch over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw. And that pickup on a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark, because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them. But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Play clock winding down. And now Newton not liking the play call. He's going to take a timeout. That's going to leave him with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple. Well, Carolina eating some clock on the ground there, and part of why they were the NFC champs last year, number 2 as a team in the running game.
They played their identity last year. Offensive line, they can move people in the run game. Jonathan Stewart running it. Of course, big Cam Newton could be a short yardage guy. And remember, their head coach, Ron Rivera, a defensive guy. They love to run the football.
Hey, Drew, I seen that little twitch, though, whatnot, dog. I seen that little shit at the end. So.
And it'll be 4th and long. Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now on the return, oh no.
God damn.
And he did get it back, I do think.
That's
yeah,
that first
so
round pick everybody was telling me about.
And it'll be a first down. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They start the drive with Peterson. Shreds the tackle. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
Yeah, when they just like glitch at certain moments. I don't know what the fuck up with that shit.
And they'll give it to him here. And some space here. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's a pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. This guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows the offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Here comes the D swarming to the line. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And room there to work it inside the 25. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
The tight end changing his position. Adrian Peterson. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. So a costly penalty and now a tougher 3rd down situation. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Running for it. Here's Peterson. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Panthers are going to win the football game. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.
Always, think about the intentional walk, right? What if one gets past the catcher? What if you uncorks a wild one and now you still have an opportunity? That's why they like to use them all the way through.
Partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season, we get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Panthers, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.
So there you have it, Madden family, YouTube family. It's your boy Group the Don again. Bringing y'all another recap of the game. Good game to my opponent, my boy, the Dragon 1986 See the Tag, aka my boy C4, my close friend, my work buddy. It's kind of tough playing friends and family on video games playing against, but at the end of the day, guys, it's a win and lose situation. So one person wins, so one person lose. But good game all around, guys. It was real tight. The fourth, pretty much in the first quarter, it was like a pretty high scoring game first quarter. But second quarter, a couple of mistakes were made. I almost made a couple of. I also threw a couple of picks. I mean, I didn't throw a couple of picks, but I almost threw a couple of picks. Made a couple of mistakes almost, but turned out. Fortunately, I didn't turn the ball over. So good game. Hope you guys like, comment, subscribe on my channel. I will keep posting videos. Stay tuned, guys. I'm out of here. Peace.